So for the second week in a row, I'm doing a video on a Thursday where I have a kind of compilation of things I want to talk about. I don't know if this is going to be a thing going forward where I try to do like a Car Talk Thursday video every week, or if this is just how it happened 2 weeks in a row. But fuck it, Car Talk Thursdays. I guess it, for at least 2 weeks is now a thing. So a couple things I want to talk about. First off, almost done with Kuro. I'm like 70, almost 75 hours in. I'm like 74 something. I'm in the final chapter. I have some story stuff I have to do before the final dungeon. Then the final dungeon should be done by the end of the week. So excited to be done with the game. Not like oh man, this game sucks. I can't wait to be done with it so I never play it again. I'm like, no, I've just been having so much fun. It's going to be great to get my life back and be able to do other stuff that I enjoy. But great game. It's at this point, I think it's officially surpassed Cold Steel 4 in my rankings of the other Kiseki games. So that at least puts it in the top 4. But I just kind of have to figure out where it goes from here. It's not going to be SC. I would be shocked if by the end I said it was better than SC. So somewhere it's between number 4 and number 2. It just depends on how it goes. But great shit so far. Speaking of great shit, had another good episode of Chucky last week. So last week was a good episode. It was episode 1, but last night was episode 2. So now Jake, Devin, and Lexi are officially in the Catholic school. Somehow Catholic school is way more terrifying to me than the actual killer doll running around. And I'm a Christian. Probably can't tell with the way I talk. And that's my bad. I understand and acknowledge that's not a good thing, but regardless, I do have a lot of faith. My faith is something that is important to me. So it's pretty hilarious to me that, seeing people in church talking about their faith and all that stuff, like, I should be down with this. Somehow it manages to be way more terrifying than Chucky and Tiffany. Every time I see Tiffany on screen, it is the best part of any episode. Even when Chucky is there doing Chucky things, somehow Tiffany is way more entertaining. Jennifer Tilly is a national treasure. Like, she is hysterical. I think she just has so much energy. Like, you can tell she is having a blast anytime she's doing something, anytime she's saying something. I absolutely loved it. Now, when the main priest showed up and he started talking, I was like, wait a second. I recognize that voice. That's the guy that played both the dads in the last season. Isn't it? I couldn't remember his name. It's Devin Sawa. He's also, the thing I also know him from is the first Final Destination. He's Alex Browning. But I was like, I know that voice. That's gotta be the same guy. Right? No, it can't be. Because, someone would make a comment about that. Like, this was the guy who played Jake's dad. There's no way they would have him on there and Jake not make a weird comment about it. And then 10, 15 minutes later, Jake is just like, yeah, this guy reminds me of my dad. I'm like, oh no, there it is. It is Devin Sawa. 100%. I really like that. So first off, I think he's doing a very great job. He was really good last season as well, so I'm glad he stayed on. If there's one thing I've learned from the Dead Meat videos, they're, the Chucky kill count, specifically the recounts. Shout out to them real quick. I know it seems like it was an absolute pain to get all those videos out. It was very well appreciated. You guys do great work. I haven't seen their after show video from the last episode. I did for the first. But if there's one thing I've learned, the Chucky series is really a family. If you're in one movie, whether you're on screen or behind the scenes, you are probably going to be invited back. You are probably going to have a job for the rest of your life. So just seeing stuff like that, it's like, oh yeah, he was in the last season. He did really well. So they just brought him back. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter that both the characters you played died. You're going to play a third one, and you'll probably die at some point too. But overall, really good episode. Was really enjoying it. Chucky's kill from the episode was, he started moving, and a nun was so scared she had a heart attack, which is not only hilarious in and of itself, it's also a shout out to Child's Play 3, which from what I understand is, along with Seed, the movie that is liked the least, and Seed also got a shout out because Glenn and Glenda showed up at the very end of the episode, so it is nice that even the movies that are considered lesser are still like, no, we're not ignoring these. These are still canon, or at the very least, they still get shoutouts. Yesterday, so a couple days ago, Pokemon, I think it was like the official Twitter account, was like, hey guys, there's going to be a new trailer. It's going to be tomorrow morning. You're going to get some new stuff. And I had completely forgotten by the time I woke up. But apparently a lot of people, we were like, oh, what are we going to get? We're super excited. We're super excited. And the trailer was a gym leader who is a streamer. She's like this little girl wearing this like yellow hoodie. I don't think it was specifically a Pikachu hoodie. She had like this hoodie, these two like weird colored Magnemites, so they might be like a Wiglet thing where they're not exactly Magnemite, but basically like just on her head. And she's like, yeah, I'm streaming from the region. I'm your gym leader. What's up? Blah, 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 blah. So what Pokemon do you think I'm going to use? Blah, 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 blah. I'll answer some questions. Oh, I think it's super cute. It's like this. It's like this. Well, you guys didn't guess it, so you have to tune in next time to see it. Bye. And I was howling. I thought this was the funniest shit they could have done. Like, oh my goodness, she's a streamer. And people are like, oh, they told us we were gonna get information, and we didn't get anything. We got clickbait. It's like, okay, one, if you got clickbaited by a YouTuber, that's amazing. That means Pokemon did it right. And two, all they said was, there's gonna be like a trailer, like a video, and that's exactly what we got. And apparently, like, other accounts had actually made it very clear, yeah, we're going to be showing off a gym leader. That's it. And that's exactly what we got. So I was very entertained by it. Once I saw that people were mad, I'm not going to lie, at that point, I thought it was even funnier. Now, I am excited to see what the new Pokemon is going to be. If it is just going to be like a regional variant, if it is going to be like, oh yeah, it's the evolved form of this new Magnemite. If it's like Palmy's evolution or whatever, but I'm excited for it, but I had a lot of fun seeing the new character. So it is Thursday, so I need to go ahead and get my picks out for this week in football because I did not do it last week. So I don't really have analysis that I'm sharing, maybe like a couple quick things, but so first off tonight is Bears Commanders. I might watch it. I don't want to. Like, I would much rather play and try to finish Kuro, but I might get to a point where I'm like, I could take a break and let's see this shit show, man. Let's have a blast. I've got the Bears winning because Washington just looks awful right now. I have the Ravens winning over the Giants. That, I could be completely wrong about that one. It wouldn't surprise me, but I think the Ravens get it done. I got the Colts over the Jaguars. I was kind of shocked that they were playing each other again so quickly. But what it comes down to is this game in Jacksonville? No. Oh, okay, so that means the Colts have a fighting chance. And the Jags look a little broken over their last couple games, so I think the Colts feels almost weird to say that the Colts look better after what they did last Thursday, but I've got them winning. The Patriots, I think that's, I only have the winners written down. I didn't bother to write down the full game. I think this is over the Browns, who look like a better team right now on paper, but I just don't trust them, man. Like, you should have won that game against the Chargers, but you didn't. Should have beaten the Jets, but they choked. Should have beaten the Falcons, but they couldn't get that done. I think they're going to get outcoached. I think Belichick is going to pull one out here. Saints over the Bengals. This was a game when the schedule came out, I was super excited for. It's like, man, I know the people in New Orleans are going to be hyped for this game. They've got the LSU boys coming to play their hometown team. They're going to be rooting for the Saints, but they're still going to want to see the Bengals players play well, but ultimately lose. Now both teams don't look that great. You got 2-3 versus 2-3. I still have the Saints winning. I think it's a very winnable, manageable game because the Bengals don't look that great. Next is the Bucks. I think they're playing the Steelers, who, again, also don't look that great. This is going to be another game where, like I was saying, I think it was yesterday, the Bucks defense is good, but I think they look better than they are because they've been playing bad offenses. Steelers do not really have a good offense right now, so I think the Bucks are just going to eat them alive. Brady is going to still not play that great, but there's no TJ Watt, so he's going to do enough to get the win. 49ers, I really should have written down who everyone was playing against, but whoever it was, I got the 49ers beating them. I have the Packers over the Jets. That one I could honestly see as an upset, because like I said in the last one, the Packers' defense looks not as good as advertised. The offense is still going through the growing pains. And the Jets look pretty good. They look competent at the absolute worst, and I mean, they dropped 40 in the last game. That's a lot more than competent. I still have the Packers winning, but I don't feel as confident about this pick. I will be completely honest. I have the Dolphins upsetting the Vikings. Vikings tend to play a lot of really close games, and I feel like if you let the Dolphins hang around, especially if Tua is playing, I have no clue if he is. I just hope that man is okay. But if you let them hang around with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, I think the Dolphins are going to pull one out, but I think it is going to be really close. Rams, I think this is Rams Panthers? Yeah, okay, because I don't have the Panthers winning any game, so I think it's Rams Panthers. I considered picking the Panthers, like, all right, they just fired their coach. Maybe this is their, like, super hype game. Like, we're under a different regime right now. We've got this energy. The Rams really don't look that good. But ultimately, I was like, Carolina's just not that good, which makes the fucking thing Boston look even worse. But I think the Rams win. I still don't think the Rams are that good. I have the Seahawks over the Cardinals, man. It's like I said in the last video, I don't even know what to think about Arizona. I had nothing written in my notes. It was just the Cardinals. That's it. But I know what I think about the Seahawks. I think they have no defense, but that offense can play, and Geno Smith is on a mission. I think he'll get it done against Arizona. I don't really know what else I think about that one. I'm picking the Seahawks. Bills Chiefs. I do have the Bills winning this one. I think this is going to be the game of the week. This might end up being the game of the year. These are arguably the two best teams in the NFL. Record-wise, they are the two best teams in the AFC. I think we're going to get some fireworks. I think there are going to be some very clutch defensive plays, but I think overall it is still going to be very high scoring, and the Bills get their revenge for last year. Philly and the Cowboys, I do have the Eagles winning. I think, again, like, this is record-wise, like, the two best teams in the NFC, like them and then the Giants. Kind of bizarrely enough, but I mean, good for them. This is one of those games we're looking at the schedule, like, how the hell was Bills-Chiefs not a primetime game? Oh, it's because they had to put an NFC East game on primetime. Way to go, schedule people. We're missing this for Eagles-Cowboys. And then as the season actually happens, like, okay, Bills-Chiefs probably should have still been primetime, but I can't argue with a 5-0 team and a 4-1 team being on primetime. Like, you get a pass on this one. You get a pass. I do have the Eagles winning, but I think this is going to be a close, hard-fought, fun game. And then I have the Chargers over the Broncos on Monday night because the Chargers look like a complete team. Like I said, though, they're dicey, and I think they're lucky. I think Brandon Staley is still going to make some boneheaded decisions, but he's against Nathaniel Hackett, who's also going to make boneheaded, brain-dead decisions. I think the Chargers look like overall, like, they have an offense that can compete. They have a defense that can compete. The Broncos only have one of those. So I'm going to give this one to the Chargers. Again, going over that, Bears, Ravens, Colts, Patriots, Saints, Bucks, 49ers. Completely forgot who they were playing. Everyone else, I think I remembered it pretty well. No clue who the 49ers are playing. Packers, Finns, Rams, Seahawks, Bills, Eagles, Chargers. So I think that's it for Car Talk Thursday. I have something else I want to talk about, but I think I'll just kind of save that for a separate thing, because I feel like that's when I could tangent on for a bit. So anyways, bye.